Bitcoin is headed for a perfect storm to new all-time high. I mean, literally, we are only 2,000 points away from breaking into that new all-time high territory. And honestly, remember, we hit that 73,000 mark in March, and that was just like a blip, like a quick blip and down. So technically, I'm pretty sure since last night till now, how long we've stayed at 71,000, probably surpassed all the times we stayed above 71,000 in March. I bet if we looked at the average time, we already surpassed it. So technically speaking, our average time at 71,000, I'm pretty sure is already longer than how much we held in March. But I have no doubt, seeing how MicroStrategy already done it, we will break through 73,000. I think even as soon as today. I mean, I don't think it's too soon to call it today. I think we could do it today. And I'll show you why I think it could be today. And a lot of people do think, of course, we are going to charge to 72,000. And, of course, six figures after that. I mean, it's just, at this point, of course, it's not unreasonable to think about that. Especially considering we are only in October. We still have November. And we still have December. I'm just going to refresh this for you guys. Get the latest numbers. What did I say at the beginning of the month? And what did I say in September? When we started out September, I said, hey, just because September historically has been the worst month for Bitcoin does not mean we have to end in red. Sometimes you have to put two and two together. And I said September could end up in the green because for the first time in 4 years, we're going to get a rate cut, and a massive one at that. And guess what? We did get a 50 basis point cut. And guess what? Bitcoin did rally a little bit. And guess what? Not only did it rally, that 7.29% was actually the best September Bitcoin has ever seen in history. I mean, it was not that impressive, but when you consider that September we just had was the best September Bitcoin has ever had in its history, well, that's pretty impressive. I called that. I will take credit for that. And I did say, although October's not over, I did tell you guys that October's not over until it's over. So I know it's not over yet. But October, traditionally speaking, is the best month, historically the best month for Bitcoin. That's why it's called Uptober. And I told you guys, the first week, second week, when it wasn't pumping, I told you guys, it's not over until it's over. It's not over until we're in November. It's not over until we're in the very last week, right? And sure enough, we have flipped into the green. We are plus 12%. And we're probably going to go higher. We're probably going to end up, we're in double digits. That's pretty impressive. We're probably going to end up in plus 20%, in line with expectations. The average is 22%. We're probably going to end up in 22%, right? That's why you never want to give up. You don't give up on Bitcoin. Pumptober or Uptober is here. It never disappeared. It never disappeared. And like I said, we still have November and December. We have the elections coming up. We have 2 more FOMC meetings with cuts coming up. We have the Santa rally coming up, right? New policies. Gary Gensler getting kicked out. We have a whole bunch of things coming up. And I did make this prediction. 6 figures for Bitcoin by the end of this year. Let's see if that holds true. Let's see if that holds true. I may be wrong on that, but I still think there's a really good chance on it, right? So Q4 historically has been great, not just for Bitcoin, but just for stocks, broader markets in general. So if that continues, that will definitely help Bitcoin overall as well. And a lot of metrics support this. Obviously, the whale holdings, I showed you guys many metrics about whale holdings, new whales, new addresses, everything has been skyrocketing with these pesky whales. They continue to load up and load up and load up more. Even you can count countries like Bhutan. They are loading up, loading up, loading up, loading up. This one actually says that they may be selling some Bitcoin. They deposited 66 million to Binance the last hour. But nevertheless, they still hold $886 million because they've been mining a whole bunch of Bitcoin. So close to $1 billion of Bitcoin out of nowhere, right? So if they're taking some profit, okay, so be it. But now you're just starting to see random countries hold massive amount of Bitcoin, right? That's okay. That's great. So not only do you see new whales come in, you're seeing countries come in, you're seeing obviously public trade companies come in, you're seeing a whole bunch of big, smart, wealthy whales jump in and buying up the entire supply of Bitcoin. It's just really that simple. Including, of course, BlackRock and company. BlackRock, again, yesterday purchased $315 million. And company, you had everyone else, $480 million. Do you notice the last 2 weeks? Billions upon billions upon billions upon billions. This is all inflow, guys. All inflows, very little outflows. Every week in my Sunday walk videos, I tell you guys, these inflows, they're going to have effect. All these weeks, a lot of you guys ask me, we see all these inflows. How come Bitcoin's price not moving? It's just a matter of time. You remove billions upon billions upon billions of Bitcoin from the supply, it's going to have effect. There's only so much. Eventually, it's going to have an effect.